Hello and welcome to Ryno's Orioles Report. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Well, we got a series win against the White Sox, but sadly, Baltimore Orioles were not able to sweep this series at Camden Yards, and for the season at whole, sweep the season series, because the Orioles did take 4 of the 4 games played in Chicago. First 2 games of this series at Camden Yards went very well. Borderline blowout, the way they should have won. And then the third game was a blowout going the other way, the way it shouldn't have gone. And it really shouldn't have gone that way. It's like the team was just on a high from crushing the White Sox the first 2 games that they got too big of a head to play the third game. Best way to describe it. Also, they made a few stupid decisions. As you can see, I'm on MASNsports.com. Let's get to game 1. Chicago White Sox 3, Baltimore Orioles 13. This from Camden Yards. Orioles brought their hitting shoes this game. Henderson a hit, 3 RBIs, scored once, walked once. Livan Soto getting some action. Yay! And getting Gunnar Henderson some time off his feet. Now, you see Livan Soto did not receive an at-bat, but Gunnar Henderson didn't play 9 full innings in the field, which is good. Rutschman, 2 hits, an RBI, walked once, scored once. O'Hearn, 2 hits, walked once, scored once. Santander hit an RBI, scored a run, and walked 3 times. Wow, that's a big number. Cowser, 2 hits, scored twice, walked once. Mullins, 3 hits, 3 RBIs, scored 3 times. Slater, 3 hits, 3 RBIs, scored twice, walked once as well. Holiday, 2 hits, scored once. Rivera, 2 hits, 2 RBIs, scored once. Wow. Yep, hitting shoes, especially the bottom of the lineup. That many hits from the bottom guys, that's a good thing. We need that. Support the guys at the top of the lineup. They're going to struggle, and they're especially going to struggle if nobody gets any hits in the bottom of the lineup. Slater, Mullins, O'Hearn, Holiday with doubles. Rivera actually got a triple. Camden Yards is not really known for a triples ballpark, but if you hit it in the right spot in one of them corners, you can run for a little bit. Oh, big ass spider on the wall. So much for pest control. Mullins, Henderson with home runs. More fielding errors. Got lucky, and it didn't really come back to bite us. O'Hearn with fielding error, and Rutschman with a throwing error. Corbin Burns with the start in this game. Now, while those errors didn't necessarily affect the outcome of the game, could Corbin Burns have gone maybe another inning? Yeah, potentially. Corbin Burns only able to go 5 complete innings, giving up 6 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned run, walked 1, struck out 4. Struck out 4, not striked out. But it is better than what Corbin Burns has been doing. It's been a little shaky past few outings. People are really exploiting the fact that he does not control the running game well. Not that the Orioles as a team, or let's say as the starting catcher, really control the running game that well. Rutschman doesn't have that good of a move to second base as far as I'm concerned. McCann seems to be better at throwing runners out than Rutschman does, in my opinion. But again, some of that is on the pitcher, some of that really isn't. Keegan Aiken on in relief of Burns, pitching the full 6 innings. Pitching the full 6th inning, just 1 inning. No hits, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. Okay. Cole Irvin on in relief of Aching, pitching the 7th, the 8th, and the 9th. That's right, getting a 3-inning save. Giving up 2 hits, 1 run, no walks, and striking out 2 in those 3 innings. The 3-inning save is somewhat rare, but it is a rule. Yeah, you can get a save that way, and I'm all for it because a lot can happen in 3 innings. Because at the very least, at the bare minimum, you will face the whole lineup for the other team one time. At minimum. Let's go to game 2. Chicago White Sox 0, Baltimore Orioles 9. Not as many hits in this one, but there were a lot more walks. Orioles had their walking shoes on. Henderson a hit, 2 walks, scored 3 times. Levon Soto again replacing Henderson a little late. He did do that twice. They did do that twice, making sure. Just trying to get Henderson rest somehow. Rutschman, not as good a game this time around, just 1 hit. O'Hearn a hit, an RBI, walked twice, scored twice. Santander, 2 hits, 2 RBIs, walked once, scored twice. Austin Slater on for pinch run. On to pinch run for Santander late. And then, of course, going to play right field. He's a little faster. And he really did barrel Kimbrel out. Made a diving catch. Though it was kind of a forward dive, so maybe if he'd have just gotten a better jump on it, he wouldn't have had to dive. Cowser a hit, 2 RBIs, walked twice, scored twice. Jimenez, 2 hits and a walk. They actually did not credit him with any RBIs there. He had a pop-up with the bases loaded to the left side. Was approximately foul territory, kind of in that foul territory that's really between the third baseman and the left fielder. And looked like one of them, maybe Benintendi, was going to make the play. But there was a collision in which later the third baseman for the Chicago White Sox had to come out of the game. And the ball was not caught. 3 runners were allowed to score, and Jimenez standing on second base. Understand why he's not credited with a bunch of RBIs, but I feel like you should have gotten at least 1. Right? But that's fine. Mullins a hit, an RBI, and walked once. Really need Mullins to get going and get on base. We don't need a bunch of home runs. We just need a higher on-base percentage from Mullins, especially with Mateo not in there because Mullins really is the running game guy. Henderson likes to do it, not as good at it. Holiday, over. Emmanuel Rivera, over. O'Hearn, Santander, Henderson with doubles. All to start the game, I think. Right? It was 3 straight doubles to start the game, wasn't it? It was 3 straight hits. Yeah. Double Henderson. I'm sorry. Rutschman was in there and he got out. But then O'Hearn and Santander followed with doubles. Forgot about Rutschman there. Maybe because he wasn't hitting. And that was it for the extra base hits. Gunnar Henderson with a stolen base and a fielding error. Luckily, didn't come back to bite us. Cade Povich getting the start in this game. Wow. What a difference it makes to be facing a lineup that is not going very well this season. Pitching 7 1/3 of an inning. That's right. And he didn't even get to 100 pitches. Big improvement for Povich. Though how much can you take this as an improvement by Povich and not just terrible at bats by the White Sox. Column A, column B, I think. In his 7 1/3 of an inning, 5 hits, no runs, no walks, 10 strikeouts. Fairly big zone, I think, as far as the umpiring goes. Did get a little bit of benefit of that. It was definitely a pitcher's strike zone. But you got to take advantage of that, right? Bert Smith on in relief of Povich, getting the last 2 outs in the 8th inning. No hits, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. You understand why Brandon Hyde did that. Povich gets 1 out, then allows a runner to get on, and there you go. I hate that. I understand. Povich started the inning, it was like 86 or something pitches. You got lucky that Bert Smith didn't do worse because he wasn't coming in with a clean inning, which relievers definitely prefer. Like that better. And with a huge lead, here comes Craig Kimbrell for the 9th inning. Yeah. I was at this game. It definitely had some glares in my direction. Of course, my whole section was giving him a hard time. Because he was, having trouble throwing strikes. It's 9-0 and you're having trouble throwing strikes. To a certain extent, maybe, develop a 2-seam fastball or a sinker and just throw it in the middle of the plate. Its natural sinking action, or its natural downward action and into a righty and away from a lefty could benefit you. Because at least it would be close to the zone. Maybe you get him to swing at it. And again, with the downward action, it beat it into the ground. Better than walking a guy. We definitely got a glare in our direction after the hit. Because they're like, just throw it in the middle of the zone, It's 9-0. And then bam, hit out to, right center. Well, you know what? Again, no. If it was a 2-seam fastball or a sinker, maybe it would have been on the ground. Yeah. Just saying, man. Get you a ground ball pitch. Could help you. But that's okay. And at the same time, he didn't give up a run. Though, again, he was bailed out by Slater in right field. Fly ball to right field. Did Slater get the best jump on it? It wasn't like a dive to the left or to the right. It was in. Now, at the same time, because of the score, was Slater playing a little further back, playing a no doubles defense? Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's how you're going to play the outfield in a situation like that. Sure, you would love to keep the shutout intact, but you want to get out of the inning. The likelihood that, you were going to lose the game at that point, very low. That's why you play the no doubles defense. So, again, is that Kimbrell's fault? Well, he essentially threw a fly ball to right field, to shallow right field, or to normal depth right field. It's not. But again, was having trouble throwing strikes. That's why you see the walk. In the 9th inning, Kimbrell, 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, no strikeouts. Really needs to get this shit turned around. He really does. Let's get to Game 3. Chicago White Sox 8, Baltimore Orioles 1. What the hell happened? Did you score too many runs in the first 2 games that your arms were tired from swinging the bat? It's kind of what it looks like. Henderson, 3 hits and RBI, scored once. Rutschman, 1 hit, also walked once. Hearn, only 2 at-bats. Ofer, Jimenez pinch hitting late. Ofer in 1 at-bat. Manuel Rivera coming in defensively to play first base because Jimenez doesn't play the field. And not getting at bat because in the 9th inning, here comes Nick Maton for his first at bat as an Oriole, taking the bat out of Rivera's hand because, of course, Maton was going to do so much better. Okay. Maton, Ofer, struck out in that one at bat. Santander, 1 hit. Cowser, Ofer, struck out twice. Mullins, 2 hits, walked once. All right, I see it. Mayo, Ofer, struck out twice. Holiday, Ofer, walked once. James McCann, Ofer, struck out twice. He had 5 strikeouts in the last 6 outs of the game. It's not that good. Though to a certain extent, where'd he go? The Chicago White Sox had not used any of their really good relievers because they got blown out in the first game. So you're facing what good relievers the Chicago White Sox have left. But again, you got to find a way to do something other than striking out 5 times. Henderson with a home run, and that was it. Very disappointing. Mullins stole a base. See, that's why we need Mullins on. We need Mullins to get on because he is our run game. Because you see Henderson over here caught stealing. Yeah. You're not that fast, dude. You're not that fast. And at the same time, bad base running. Henderson there getting the caught stealing with Rutschman at the place. Excuse me. With Rutschman at the plate, Henderson caught stealing. Not a great move. Or at least not a good look anyway. Mullins, all what I'm talking about is good stuff about him base running and such, and fly ball to the outfield, he's on second base, the right fielder catches it, Mullins is like, oh, I'm going to move up. You know, he's already on second base. Catch in right field means 2 outs. Again, you're already on second base. You're going to score on a base hit. Tags up, goes to third, gets thrown out, makes the third out at third. Can't do that. Can't do things like that. Not going to win ball games doing that. And you didn't win. Is that the reason they lost? Not necessarily, no. Did it help? No, it didn't help at all. It hurt them. It hurt their chances. Big thing that hurt their chances was this. Albert Suarez breaking his streak of good outings. Only lasting 4 1/3 of an inning. Gives up 8 hits, 6 runs, 2 walks, and strikes out 2. Yeah. Not a good performance. Leaving a lot of fastballs because he's primarily a fastball pitcher. Leaving a lot of fastballs in the heart of the zone. Even bad hitters are going to take a fastball a mistake fastball and hit it a ton. And they did. He gave up 3 home runs. Keegan Aiken on in relief of Suarez, finishing off the 5th inning, getting 2 outs while giving up 1 hit, but no runs, no walks, and 1 strikeout. Matt Bowman on in relief of Aiken pitching the full 5th inning. Gives up 2 hits, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. Gregory Soto. Kimball had a regression. Is Soto going to have a regression? Soto pitching the full 7th inning. Gives up 1 hit, no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. Okay. I see it. Bert Smith on for the 8th inning, pitching the full 8th inning. Does give up a hit, but no runs, no walks, no strikeouts. Okay. So for the most part, Bullpen was keeping you in the game, or at least put a stop to the offense of the Chicago White Sox, trying to allow the Orioles offense to do something, which didn't happen. And then Cionel Perez in the 9th inning gives up 2 more runs. Not that it really mattered at that point. Perez pitching the 9th inning, the full 9th inning, does give up 2 hits and 2 runs and 2 walks. Strikes out 1. Disappointing. Did make it a little harder to come back in the 9th, but Orioles didn't even get a hit in the 9th, so who cares? Right? Missed opportunity to sweep the season series against the Chicago White Sox. Didn't happen, but still, 6-1 is great. It's great. All right, let's get to some articles and get some of these injury updates. And I forgot which article was which. Both of these articles written by Rock Kabatko, both written yesterday. What do we got? Grayson Rodriguez throwing a bullpen session, only about 20 pitches, nothing, major, but he is throwing again. As far as I've heard, not been reported of any setbacks, which is a great thing. Danny Coulomb pitching a simulated game facing Ivan Soto, Nick Maton, and somebody else I don't remember. So again, throwing pitches. Not necessarily just, playing catch, but throwing pitches. Key there. And again, as far as I've heard, no more setbacks. Jacob Webb on a rehab assignment with minor league teams. Did throw one Sunday with Norfolk, and he threw one, I believe, was it Tuesday or Wednesday night in Bowie. The one in Norfolk went pretty good. The one in Bowie didn't go that well. He threw about 20-something pitches and gave up 2 hits and 2 runs and walked 1. So, which is not a great outcome anyway, but was able to throw pitches and not report, at least as of what I've seen, not report any discomfort, which is a good thing. That's great. Making progress, working it their way back. Dean Kramer threw a side session. Okay. Do you, bro? I mean, you had a big giant bump on your arm the size of my fist or your fist. Sure, more power to you, man, if you can do it. Now, when is his spot in the rotation scheduled to come up? Today's Thursday. That's an off day. I think Friday. Friday should be his spot in the rotation. Excuse me. Is he going to pitch Friday? I don't know. I think we all are kind of thinking no, but is it possible that Dean Kramer will not miss his turn in the rotation? It's possible. Based on the articles I'm reading here, it's possible. It's also possible that Jacob Webb could return to the team Friday. Well, yes, the outings sound terrible. If he's not hurt, does it really matter? He's there to work on getting ready to come back to the bullpen in the major leagues. Who cares how many runs he gives up? I don't know. I don't even know what else to say about Dean Kramer. Good God, could he actually not miss a start after that? Yeah, I mean, I guess, I mean, if it didn't break your bone, if it didn't break your ligaments, and all it was just a bruise and some swelling, and it's relatively gone, sure, why not? I guess. However, and the last update, Jordan Westburg cast is off and has resumed throwing a baseball. He had been fielding for a while, one-armed man out there fielding. was able to take the cast off and, throw a baseball or two. Nothing else to really report on other than, again, things are progressing. And as of right now, no setbacks that I have seen reported, which is great news. That in the next week or two, we could be getting all these pieces back, like Coulomb and Rodriguez and Webb and Westberg. It's great news. All right, let's get to the schedule. As I mentioned, today, Thursday, the off day. So, coming up, staying at home in Camden Yards, Tampa Bay Rays coming in for their final series this weekend. Friday's game scheduled for 7:05. Saturday's game scheduled for 4:05. Sunday's game scheduled for 12:05. Okay. I think that one's actually going to be on a Roku channel, which... Okay. And then Monday would start a series in Boston against the Red Sox. So while that will do it for this edition of Ryno's Orioles Report, please stay tuned for Monday, and I will go over the series between the Tampa Bay Rays and the Baltimore Orioles. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I am the Angry Ryno, and this is Birdland.